Hey everyone, it's Weston. Welcome back to my show, and today we're going to be going over just case preparation. We've already gone through all the reloading stuff if you've seen any of my other videos, and this is just going to be how to select the best cases and prepare them so you can get the most out of your precision rifles. And today we're going to be going through a couple cases strictly for my .223 rifle here so that we could load our 75 grain AMAX. And while we're doing that, I've already taken the liberty of setting out some different size cases for pistol and rifle so you know what to look for and how to pick the best ones to get the most accuracy. Alright, so with that, let's see if we can get started and pick a couple good cases. Now, it may look like I have a funny setup here, but hopefully the light will allow you to see the best things of this video. Okay, so first of all, before we get started, we need to note that all these cases have been de-primed and resized. That means every one of them, the primers have been taken out of them, and they are ready to go. Also, we need to note that we went through and went to our loading manual, and for an example, I've turned to the 223 page, and we went through here to our diagram, and we picked the case length, and it would be this number right here, which would be 1.760. And what we did is we went through every case, and we picked the ones that were 1.760 when we measured, and then we set them over here. If they were too high, we threw them out because they needed to be trimmed, and if they're too low, we kind of let a few in, but because when you shoot them, they will continue to lengthen. Alright, next we went through and we took every case and we put them on our bar scale here. And we weighed every case individually, and you will come up quickly with a set weight somewhere, and usually don't let it vary by more than about a grain. If you're wanting really precision stuff, don't let it vary by more than a grain, and go through and throw out all the highs and then come back and throw out all the lows. Now you can use those for plinking ammo, but you just wouldn't want to use them for your really precision stuff like your 75 grain AMAX load we load from our rifle. Alright, so with that, let's go through, and we were going to do just 223, but I decided since we were here already to set some small ones out, or some large ones out as well. Alright, for this video, if I don't knock you over, what you'll need is what's called as a primer pocket cleaning tool. This one is for small rifle, and it also comes with what is known for a large rifle, and here it just has some teeth on it. I'll show you how that works. And we'll need a de-burring tool right here. Now, first off, since I have the small primer pocket in, we're going to go through and show you what we're looking for. So we'll take one of our cases here, and we'll look at it. And if you'll look, the case is really clean where I tumbled it, but the primer pocket, if it's focused in, is not really that shiny, and it's got a lot of stuff left over from where the primer went off and shot a really hot spark into it. So the way this works is you'll take your tool, and you'll just gently put it into the casing, and you'll give her a few spins. And you can hear it's like a little bit of gristle and a little bit of teeth, and if you do it, it'll throw out some dust, knock out your case, and when you look in there now, she is really nice and pretty, and there's no grit to mess up your primer. Now, while you're doing this, you can go through and take a little pick or something, or a toothpick, and make sure every one of your flash holes are cleaned out also. If we can get it just right, you'll see that one is just as pretty as can be and ready to go. Once again, this is another example. This would be for pistol. This is a 38 special. You would go through here and see it's not even shiny at all, and it's actually got some little bit of black corrosion right there. We go through here, we give her a couple good hard spins. You're not trying to grind the case off. You'll knock her out, and there she is, nice and pretty, and I got a background, white background there so you can see through it. It is just clean as whistle. Now, this will work in a large pistol or large primer configuration. This is a 45 ACP and this is a 30-06, but it won't clean all of it at one time. So the way you do this is you just simply unscrew her, which shouldn't take more than a second if I don't drag around, and you take your large rifle one for your large primer. I keep saying large rifle. Screw her in and she's ready to go. Now, 30-06 and everything's the same way. This one's nice and shiny, but the primer pocket doesn't look very clean. We'll take her, we'll put her on there, we'll give her a couple good turns, trying you're not wobbling like this, you're just spinning back and forth. Knock her out, and she is clean and ready to go. Once again, we'll do one more since those show up a little bit better on camera. There it is, dirty. Hit her a couple times, knock it out. There she is, clean as a whistle. Now, if you want to, once again, you can pull out your little pen or toothpick and check make sure your primer pocket doesn't have any grit from tumbling, and you can see right through her. Now, last one I'm going to show you with the primer pocket tool would be a 45 ACP. Now, it's not as important, but if you're a little particular, you could. This one has a little bit on the edge. We'll go through, hit her one time, knock her out, and there she is, clean as whistle in the light. Alright, so if you're looking here at the tools, we have the last thing is what's known as a de-burring tool. Now, I prefer to stay away from this tool because it seems like it's just a waste of time, but on this side it's got 3 cutting edges, and on this side it's got 6 cutting edges. Now, the way this works is if you go through and you were to case trim all your brass, it can sometimes put a big flat edge right here. Now, we're going to look at this one. You'll see it's kind of flat right there. The way this works is you're simply going to put her into the tip here, and you're going to give her a couple spins. You're not trying to grind it off, just medium pressure. I don't even know how to give you an example of how much pressure. And what it does is it would cut all the burrs off and leave a nice shiny thing inside the lip there for the bullet to slide down. That way it doesn't scratch your bullet. To do the outside, you simply turn her over, give her a few spins, and now she's completely done on the inside and outside, and there's a nice clean lip to put your projectile into. Alright, let's do an example with a 30-06. This one is, you can tell I haven't done it because it's got a little bit of tarnish on it from me touching it. You simply start off with your inside or outside, doesn't matter. Stick her in the tip, give her a few spins here. That cut the inside nice and made it shiny. Come over to your outside, set her in there, and give it a couple spins. All these cutting edges make it very easy. And now that one is nice and pretty and has a good clean lip for you to stick your projectile into. Okay, last tip since I'm doing this already. A lot of these 223 brass, if you look at them, I was going to see if I had one, this one has a crimp in it. There's a lot of crimps that come in from the side, and this one just has a crimp around the entire outside of the primer. This was a military piece of brass, and this crimp sometimes has to be swaged out. But if you take the tip of this tool, you stay perfectly straight here, and you just give the primer pocket a couple turns. Here we go. It will, most of the time, cut enough of that crimp off that you can get a primer to successfully go in there without having to have a swaging tool, and it saves you a little bit of time. So, once again, that's how you can case prep to get the most accuracy out of your precision rifles. Thank you. Please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Hope you'll have a good day.